All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Romeo, Junk, Synchron, Snyder. Why don't you say hello to the people?
What's up? How y'all
Hi,
doing?
how you doing? How you doing? So we are going to be doing a shadow game. I'm playing the deck you see before you, and yeah, this is something that I actually like this deck. I'm not going to say much about it because he doesn't know what I'm playing yet. But I'm just going to go and host. I'll do that at least. But yeah, we were just talking about the ban list is coming out soon. You know, we're recording this, it's still the end of August, and Konami said that the ban list will be coming out at the end of August, and it seems they are waiting until the very last minute to release
Actual
it.
end of
Yes, like actual. So there's that. There you are, Swift Eater. Okay, my dual sounds are off. Let me do this. We're gonna go. You know what? No, I'm pulling up my random die generator because I hate doing this. I hate it so much. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. I accept.
right.
My die gave me a 2, which is rock. Good luck, have fun, all that stuff. You know.
Good luck. Good luck.
You know. You know.
Stand by.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That.
Yep.
So,
Ooh, that sucks. Yeah.
all right. I love this. Let's see. I'm not really scared of Vlad. Well, let's put back the C.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, go just normal summon.
Yep.
Then we'll go battle. Let's go battle. Cool. Oh yeah, that worked. You got Caius. Yeah, we're gonna normal summon swamp again.
Yep.
Bring this back. Don't know why I didn't do this the first time. Uh, we're gonna hit you. Yep. That's the lowest.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna roll a die. You have 6 cards. This is perfect. Junk, you take 300.
Hey, good.
Okay. Think here.
But good normal summon swap.
Yep.
Dump.
Stand by. Let's see. Activate.
Uh-oh.
Control. Okay. I think. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Attack. Alright, you're at 100.
Alright. Stand by.
Yep.
Tree going a bunch of times.
Yep. Let me put this guy. We'll get 4 counters.
Yeah, I think that might be the end of it. The Caius in hand is just the
Yep.
yeah, I think that might be just game. Yeah, I don't think there's a play in here, so I'm gonna skip this one.
All right. I did not expect to win that one the way I opened it, getting dust shooted, but
Yeah,
here we
me
are.
either. I thought I had that.
Yeah, that was surprise, surprise. Okay, now the hard part though, side decking. I still don't even know which build you're on yet. I was waiting to see like a Stratos or something. But now I'm like, huh, I don't know if he's on Dream Frogs, Hero Frogs, Frog Monarchs. I have no idea what deck this is yet. I saw a Junk Synchron, which pretty much every build plays.
All right. Stand by.
Yep.
Hear about this.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go, or maybe not. Actually. Yeah, we're gonna go swap here.
Yep.
And that's great. So what's the action? Yep. Real work.
Okay.
Oh,
It is Hero Frogs. Okay. So let me just write this down. Function, swap, alias, soul, exchange. Substitute. I'm gonna discard the Karma Cut.
there.
Alright, and then attack him for 27. I'll take it. I'll take 1,000. Acres.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, your Gores is gonna come on my side of the field. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 17, 1,000, so 28 total. All right. And page 2. Interesting. Five. This one. What's the second time I hit 5? You take 100. Hmm. see. We'll just pass. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Something good.
Yeah.
Think here. Let's go steel. We will bounce you. And summon, no effect. Alright.
Yeah, I have the reject trick for that. But...
Yep.
Yep. So, trying a couple weird things. The Substitute, I know, was looking odd in my hand.
Yeah, I thought you were going to soul exchange and substitute me for sure.
Yeah, so something I've been testing with some of the guys on my team, and it had gone well at the past couple of tournaments. I wasn't super sure how well it was going to go into the Pure Frog matchup against the Frog decks, where there's a lot of biases and soul exchanges and econs running around, and especially into the Hero Mirror, where there's Ab Zero.
Yeah.
The dupe frogs aren't doing a ton as much as they would be. Right. So I have the Substitutes in there to still make sure I can get Treeborn access in line. I've been experimenting around with taking the dupes out for these game twos against the mirrors.
Yeah.
It has gone well in the past. Obviously, right there, we saw some flaws with it.
Yeah, I mean, your hand, I imagine your hand game too just had to be light on Monarchs too, because when I saw that,
no, there was no tribute summons.
Yeah,
it's Ocean and Alias.
Yeah, and you never drew any more, because after that shit drew, I was like, all right, he still could draw, Caius's and stuff, but I typically side Heavy Storm out. Like, I don't have it in my deck right now after game 1 against Frogs. Just like, I know that there are going to be trap cards, but I'd rather just not have it dead, which is exactly what kind of happened. Like, I didn't have a back row. I had a back row, I just wasn't setting it because I have a Karma Cut in my hand. But I was like, I don't have to play this because he's not, like, until he does something or puts his second Treeborn in the grave, I'm just gonna hold it. And I felt comfortable behind my dupe block because I was like, what could he do? Like, I know his hand, he has Soul Exchange and Sub, but he's not using it. And I drew the Destalos, and I was like, if I drew Vanity's Fane there, it was also insane for me. I mean, Vanity's Fane was insane right there. Destalos was really good right there. There was, So I have the replay up. I'm just going to go through game 1 just to kind of see if there's anything that I would have changed. So you win a die roll, you swap, dust shoot. This seems exactly right. The only thing I'll say is that I think in this hand I would have put back the Treeborn Frog, because the 1800 guy doesn't actually do anything, especially because you do have a dupe frog. So like, and he doesn't get his effect unless I have a water monster next to him. Like, he's a vanilla without a Treeborn next to him, basically.
Yeah.
So I would have put back the Treeborn just because you don't want me to have access to Treeborn Frog, and you don't have a Caius. Like, if I set this Treeborn Frog, you right now can't deal with it. Like, if you don't draw a Caius immediately, this Treeborn goes to the grave, and then my whole hand becomes live. So I just wouldn't risk it. But you put back the 1800 guy, and then I end up drawing a Substitute next turn, which was like perfect because I was like, I need to draw a Substitute or Swap Frog here. And I drew one of the 6 cards I needed. But there are 6 of them, so it's like, you can't really be surprised if your opponent draws one of their 6. And there's also 1-for-1 because I still have the Treeborn in my hand, so 1-for-1 would have been done the same thing. So yeah, here I just like, okay, now I'm set up, and your hand is in a spot. You know what? I think, okay, you drew Substitute for turn. I would have thinned my deck out because you have a Dead Mirror Confusion. I would have brought back Treeborn Frog. I would have summoned Substitute, and I would have milled my whole deck out, I would have extra normal summoned, got the dupe frog or the treeborn frog out there, one of the two, bounce the swap to my hand to get the extra normal summon to get one of these shitty frogs out of your hand. I really don't care which. You could do full dupe block if you don't want to leave, if you don't feel comfortable leaving the, you know, the substone on the field or whatnot. You know I can break it because I have a Caius in my hand, but you also have Torrential, so it's like you can make that decision when you get there. But I think that your hand is actually pretty decent if you thin your deck out, because then you have Junk Synchron as a follow-up. So like, if you go thin my deck out, leave Substitute and a Dupe Frog on the field, and then set Torrential, and I go like Caius, you could go Torrential there, and then you have Junk Synchron as a follow-up for next turn, and like whatever your draws are. Those are like all options that you have. You could also just say, I'm not setting Torrential here because he's just going to Caius me and attack over my other guy in attack mode, deal a little bit of damage, and then like I'll Junk Synchron and Goyo, because you could just Goyo Guardian the Monarch that I'm inevitably going to summon against your sublock. So like there's that too. Like Junk Synchron plays perfectly into that setup. But I think just going the swap game here is too passive. It's way too passive. Whenever you have Miracle Fusion, just try to thin your deck out as soon as possible, because you need to draw a hero here to make this whole hand come alive. And then I actually hit. Now I didn't know I hit like the best card in your hand right here, but I actually hit the best card in your hand. And then things get awkward because you're going to draw. Yeah, you draw a Ryza, but then Ryza's awkward against. It's awkward against I hate Ryza in a Monarch mirror match.
Me too.
Yeah, and then I just MST here. And you knew I had MST, so like this this Torrential was never going to ride. And then I decided to drop you to 100 because I'm like, okay, at the very least here, like, if I drop you to 100, the Caius is game unless you specifically, and then Torrential's in the grave, so unless you specifically have a Raigeki break and all of that, then this is going to be game eventually. And also, if you kill Light Darkness Dragon, I set it up where I had Unifrog in the graveyard, and this would have also killed you if you killed Light Darkness Dragon. So I was setting up lethal from two different angles there. And you draw Gores, which is like super late, of course. That's how that card is sometimes. I draw Gores in this game as well after you attack me for 37, which was like, okay, that's cool. So my opening hand is really good. Like, I'm not going to complain about this hand at all. Two Substitutes, Water Art. I was like, okay, we're going to get to see his hand. The Gores kind of shocked me a little bit. I was like, oh shit. But I was like, you know what? We have Brain Control Substitutes. That's why I wasn't scared to attack. Because I was I was like, I'm just going to take it and dupe block him next turn. So get rid of your Karma Cut. It's your only defense. The rest of your hand is very mid. Take the damage, and then I draw Gores. I already have the out to this field. Yeah, and so you take a good amount. And now your play would be good to, like, you pretty much draw and pass. This would be good if I don't have Vanity's Fiend with Dastalos, but like I'm going to draw Dastalos. Yeah, it just makes it awkward. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything you could have done. Once I drew the Dastalos and or Vanity's Fiend there, it's just really bad. Like, luckily it's Dastalos and not fucking Vanity's Fiend, because Vanity's Fiend would just be, you don't even have a way to tribute over it. Yeah, you really don't have a way to tribute over it. This Frog Monarch deck is very straightforward. There's like no tricks, no bells and whistles. Just like, yep, Monarch every turn until they submit.
Yep.
And then you draw the Raigeki Break, which once you do the bounce play, I was like, okay, I'm reading this as Raigeki Break. If he's mind gaming me and it's like something else, that's great. If it is just Raigeki Break though, this kills him. Like, this is just lethal. Yeah. Just steal it. Bounce, extra, well, not extra normal, just regular normal summon. Don't use effect. Yeah, and just attack, whatever. Just in case it is torrential, like, I'll give my two dupe frog effects or whatnot. But yeah, I had a feeling that it was just okay. So yeah, I think game one, just being passive in the mirror match, you have to be more aggressive. And then game two, I just think that, like, I don't really think you could have done anything. I think my hand just countered yours perfectly with the spiritual order in your hand. Now you have heroes with no miracle fusions. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just frustrating. That's just sometimes the hero frog dilemma. It might be time to finally just play like triple upstart or put in the draw traps or something, so that way the deck gets smaller.
Keep going back and forth on the upstart. You know, the two times I've topped events with this deck have been both on triple upstart. So maybe it is time to go back to it. Also, I've been playing Dream Frogs nonstop at local. I'm kind of picking between Dream Frogs and Hero Frogs. I was saying, yeah, the two events I've seen like success in top 10 with the Hero Frog deck, I was on upstarts both times.
Oh yeah.
I'd come off of them recently, but it might just, yeah, like you said, be time to slot those back in.
Yeah, I just feel like the frustration of drawing Miracle Fusion without the heroes is just, it's annoying, like, quite frankly.
Yeah.
The card, because the weird thing is Absolute Zero is the best card in a Frog Mirror match. That card is fucking crazy. There's no way to trade with it correctly. Like, it's just obnoxiously good in the mirror match. So if you start dropping Miracle Fusions, this matchup becomes very skewed in your favor. But like, if they're just dead in your hand, then you just get run over by the Monarch train. And you just need to make sure that you always can resolve Miracle. And that's against every matchup, honestly. Miracle Fusion is broken in every matchup, but I know in a Frog Mirror match it's really hard because the best that I could do is like take a whole turn to Caius it and lose my field and pass. And that's like a fucking turn skip, which is insane. So yeah, I think the idea now should just be to make your deck as small as possible. So that way, at the very least, you're just getting to the hero, the water, and the Miracle Fusions, and you'll worry about the rest later. Like, you didn't even see a Caius in these games, you know? So it's just kind of, your hands were just very mid, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think your build is not so different that, like, you don't draw Caiuses or heroes, or like, you didn't see Stratos, you didn't see Kai, like, that's, you know, it's kind of crazy, so. But
I also have been playing Hero Frogs, a lot of locals. I've been taking first place a couple times with that.
Oh, you were saying something about Dream Frogs too.
Yeah, I've been playing that at locals, and gotten first at locals a couple times now with that. So I'm also considering that for my upcoming event. But yeah, the Blackwing matchup is just rough, and each time I've been to Maryland, it's been a lot of Blackwings. So. That's scaring me away from it a little bit.
Hero Frog is better against Blackwing specifically, like that matchup, just because you have the Stratos, you have the Alias, you have the Miracle Fusions. So I think it's just a matter of making sure you see your Miracle Fusions to make that matchup, you know, fine. And then the Dust Tornadoes games 2 and 3 helped me a lot. Like, that card just solves that matchup for me so much. It just stops all of their nonsense. No matter what. Yeah, it just like the Whirlwind gets cut off, if they sign in skill drains or master restrict or any weird shit like that. It deals with everything, because I don't really care about their monsters that much, you know. Like, it's really just Blizzard for Goyo. But once you deal with the Goyo, then the Blizzards aren't that crazy anymore. So like, yeah, the main issue is the back row. Like, you have to cut Whirlwind off, and then you have to deal. But after that, I feel comfortable. Like, I feel pretty fine with that matchup after I do that. I played 4 Blackwing straight at the last tournament, the Deck Devastators tournament, and I was playing with Dream Frogs, and it was rough, bro. Every single game they opened up Whirlwind for 4 rounds straight.
Speaking of your Deck Devastators tournament, your GB opponent is one of my locals.
Oh, which one? Because I had 2 of them.
Josh Johnson Boss.
Okay, yeah, because I had 1 in round 2 and 1 in top 16. Yep. But yeah, he goes so he's from the Johnson. South.
Yeah, so he lives in Raleigh here with me.
Gotcha.
So we're at the same locals every week, and we traveled to a couple of Edison events together so far.
Oh, that's good. So he's some GB good guy. Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of it. We test a lot.
That's good. So now you should be an expert on that matchup, since that's all he plays.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with we've played Dream Frog versus Gladiator Beast a lot of times now.
Yeah, I feel like Hero Frogs is the only Frog deck that really has a super strong matchup against GBs, but all the other Frog decks are just kind of like a pushover to GBs, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's the only matchup that makes me wish I had 1 more Alias.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you felt like they were going to be GBs like that, you could just side a second one though, or you could side Death Frog too, because that's the thing that I saw people doing. Nice. Yeah. People sided that in the top. One of the guys that top 16 Deck Devastators sided Death Frog, and I think it was just for GBs, honestly, because it's like it's another searchable 1900 monster. I actually won round 2. If you watch that video, I played against GBs round 2. In game 2, I summoned a Death Frog off a Substitute. I attacked this Prisma, and the Death Frog never left the field. Like, he never ever got rid of it. That shit just soloed him, which was crazy. I was like, wow, it's actually that effective against GBs sometimes. I actually like the idea of just siding the 1 Death Frog, or, you know, siding an extra Alias. almost turn your
That's
deck into like a hero
probably
beat.
a better choice,
Yeah.
honestly.
I like the idea of having the both like Alias and Deathstroke. That way, if you draw a Substitute, you can get to one side of it, and if you draw the E-Call or Stratos, you get to
you
the other.
get to the other.
Yeah, so that way, no matter what engine you see, because sometimes you only see your heroes, sometimes you only see the frogs. It makes it where no matter which side you see, you can get to a 1900 beater, and that's like really relevant. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, well, good luck on your future tournaments and everything, and we can do this again soon because it'll be September in like a few days. So
Yeah. All
just hit
right,
me
that
up
sounds
if
like
you
a
want to get some
plan.
more testing, and if you want to testing as a specific matchup too, just let me know. Like I choose the decks that I play with in these
Yeah.
completely randomly, depending on what I want to play. But like if you ever want to be like, I want to test against Blackwing, I want to test against Value or Lightsworn or whatever, then I'll play that deck. Like I don't have a problem playing something different. So
All right, awesome. Yeah, for sure.
all right, I'll see you later, and we'll catch you in the next one,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Peace.
Peace.